Hi, I'm KB with The Beat. How are you?
Good. Hi, KB.
So I absolutely adore this series. It took me by surprise in all of the best ways.
Good.
So tell me about kind of all of the things that you felt when you read that script, and how did you really pitch yourself to Ken and Cinco for this project to be the director?
Well, Ken was already off, so it was Cinco and it was Broadway Video, which was Andrew Singer and Lorne Michaels. We had a Zoom. I was in Telluride, Colorado, and it was already there was a pandemic. So Cinco was in New York. No, I think they were both in LA. Cinco and Andrew were in LA. And, I told them how much I didn't like musical theater. I didn't like filmed Broadway musicals. I never watched Carousel or Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. And how I really like the script and I really like world building, whether it's Pushing Daisies or the Men in Black movies or Adam's Family or a series of unfortunate events. I like to create worlds, and this is a world I could create. So I said, I'm willing to deal with the singing and dancing. But I loved the scripts, I loved his songs, and I thought I could do a good job. So then I went about learning how to shoot a musical. Not too hard.
Oh my goodness. So I can only imagine how intense kind of the process is though, because you're kind of switching your brain a little bit for the musical pieces because the musical numbers in this show are spectacular. But they are exceptionally I mean, they're huge. Like just the song and dance numbers are huge. The Smigadoon one alone, I feel like
Right.
is probably the biggest one you had to do. So talk a little bit about technically how challenging it really was to maybe even just do that one because Schmigadoon, I feel like, just saying the word alone is so challenging.
Yeah, I
I don't
know,
love
and I
doing it.
can't spell it. It's been a year and I still can't spell it. The truth is, filming the singing and dancing numbers was the easiest and most fun part of the entire show, and I'll tell you why. We had a wonderful choreographer named Chris Catelli who had done a lot of Broadway, but not that much for film or television. So Chris early on had his own set of dancers that were stand-ins for the ones we eventually have, and would shoot choreography in a rehearsal stage and send it to Cinco and myself. He shot it all on his iPhone, and I'd call him up the next day and say, in this section, just push the camera in. Don't let them come to us. You push in. Here, track from left to right. Don't pan. Here, you're way too wide. So he would reshoot and reshoot. And by the third, fourth, fifth time, we had it all worked out, knew where every single person was going to be for every number. So when we were on the set, I would just show the cinematographer exactly the shot that Chris had already shot. So it was very easy. And those days when we were shooting those dance numbers, we usually finished early because we were so prepared. So I loved filming those song and dance numbers. So that shows how little I knew going in about how much fun it could be.
See, and like it definitely turned you around. Look at that. You weren't even
It
expecting
did.
to become a
Nope.
believer. So I have to say, my favorite number is probably Schmigadoon, even though again it's the most challenging probably. But what was
Right.
your favorite? What ended up being your favorite episode to direct? And it doesn't have to be from a musical standpoint. I mean, there are a lot of really, really great kind of character arcs that happen throughout as well. So which was kind of
Right.
your favorite episode to direct? And maybe it's not even your favorite episode that you read. Who knows, you know?
Well, I really like the first episode because it sets up the world. It has that huge Schmigadoon in there. But my favorite moments were singing and dancing moments. I loved. There's an episode where Kristen Chenoweth sings a 4-minute song that follows her all over the entire set, all four corners of the set, and there's not a single cut. The song is one take that goes for 4 minutes. It's like our musical version of 1917, that movie, and except we didn't have any fake cuts. It was one continuous shot, And Chenoweth, who I adore, did an amazing job of singing, acting, and dancing in that one. And then another really bold song for me is Jane Krakowski singing and dancing while standing on inside a MG convertible from the 50s, flinging herself into the back seat and sitting up again and doing these amazing leg moves while we're pretending to be driving. So those are, I keep coming back to those great moments when people are singing and dancing. And what a surprising thing for me.
You know what? I actually love that one because there's even probably a line from Melissa's character that's like, "Who is even driving this car? You are in
Yeah,
the back seat dancing." Like,
right. No,
what is even
exactly.
happening?
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
I absolutely love that one as well. And I mean, Jane is so talented. I mean,
yeah.
wildly talented. So, yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, I really just have to ask my last question is if you yourself kind of got trapped in Schmigadoon, what character would you want to be, and who would you want to be trapped in Schmigadoon with?
Well, my character is definitely the Keegan Michael Key character because he's the guy that doesn't like musicals and is sarcastic and cynical and is always going, okay. So that would be me. So I would be Keegan. And if I could pick anyone to be, you know what? A good guide for me would be Chenoweth because she's so familiar with musical theater that as long as she were there, she could say to me, "Don't worry about this, Barry. It will be over in 3 minutes, and they'll stop singing." Um, I'll pick Chenoweth, and I'll be the character of Keegan Michael Key.
Okay, well, that sounds great to me. And, now it really is kind of a full circle moment for you because you have truly become Josh in the sense that now you have been won over by musicals.
Yes, just like Josh, I'm there with Keegan. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with the beat. Really appreciate it and can't wait for everyone to see it.